Hello everybody and welcome back to One Nerd to Rule Them All. In light of the movie The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim, I'm going to be touching on one of its most pivotal characters. He was the 9th king of Rohan and the last king of the first line. He was given the nickname Hammerhand due to his great strength and prowess with his fists. Of course, we are talking about Helm Hammerhand. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Helm was born in 2691 of the Third Age to the royal house of Earl that had ruled Rohan since 2510 of the Third Age. He was born during the reign of his great-grandfather, King Goldwine, the 6th king of Rohan, and was the son of Prince Gram, grandson of the Good King. Gram was the son of Crown Prince Deor. When Helm was a young boy, in 2699 of the Third Age, the elderly King Goldwyn died at the age of 80, after a long and peaceful reign. At the age of 55, Crown Prince Deor succeeded him as the 7th king of Rohan. With King Deor's ascension, Helm's father Gram became the new Crown Prince, with Helm himself becoming second in line to the throne as grandson of the reigning monarch. Unlike the reign of Helm's great-grandfather, King Goldwyn, that Helm had spent most of his early childhood under, the reign of Helm's grandfather would be marked by conflict with the Duneledings, who were a race of wild men that inhabited the lands bordering Rohan. 11 years into King Deor's reign, in 2710 of the Third Age, by which time his grandson Prince Helm had grown to manhood, the Duneledings had successfully captured the Gondorian fortress of Isengard, which they would use in succeeding years as a base for a short while. King Deor died in 2718 of the Third Age at the age of 74, after 19 years on the throne. His now 50-year-old son, Crown Prince Gram, Helm's father, succeeded him as the 8th king of Rohan. By now, the 27-year-old Helm would become the Crown Prince of Rohan and the first in line for the throne. Just like his grandfather, the reign of Helm's father, King Gram, saw a continuation of hostilities with the Duneledings, who would operate from the captured palace of Isengard to raid Rohan. In fact, the entirety of King Gram's 23-year reign was marked by open warfare with the Duneledings, which the Crown Prince Helm likely took part in. King Gram would go on to die in 2741 of the Third Age, and Crown Prince Helm, now aged 50, would finally succeed him as the 9th king of Rohan. During his reign, King Helm came into conflict with an arrogant and powerful landowner named Freka. Freka was a Duneleding with Rohirric blood. He claimed to be a descendant of King Friowain of Rohan. Freka viewed King Helm with both contempt and scorn, while Helm mistrusted Freka and was wary of him. In 2754, Freka attempted to intimidate and coerce King Helm into giving his approval and consent to an arranged marriage between Freka's son, Wulf, and Helm's daughter. Freka marched to a meeting of the King's Council in Edoras with a large number of retainers, planning to threaten the king into complying with his demands. In the resulting quarrel, Helm Hammerhand knocked down Freka with a single blow from his fist. The blow was so great, Freka died soon after. Enraged, the men of Freka left Edoras, and King Helm declared Wulf and his kin enemies of the king. This would be the pivotal moment that brought around the War of the Rohirrim and the feature of the new film. 4 years later, in 2758 of the Third Age, a combined force of Duneledings under the leadership of Wulf, as well as Corsairs of Umbar and Easterlings, overran Rohan. Helm was defeated in battle at the fords of Isen and withdrew into Súthburg at Helm's Deep, which was later renamed in his honour. There he endured a long siege. Within the fortification, Helm endured the enemy, but the worst was yet to come. The long winter that began in November of 2758 brought heavy snows and freezing colds. The terrible weather brought hardship to both sides, and there was a great hunger and near starvation during Yule. Because of this, Prince Hammer, the king's youngest son, accompanied by a small force, went out in search of food, but he and his men were lost in a blizzard and were never seen again. What followed afterwards is unclear and possibly part legend, but apparently the resistance continued. It was said that Helm himself grew terrible and fierce from the hardships of the siege and the loss of his son, continued defending the Hornburg, sortying alone at night and stalking and killing Duneledings with his bare hands. Duneledings came to fear his horns so much they would leave the deep encoomb at night. While King Helm and his youngest son, Prince Hammer, were besieged in the Hornburg, a force of Duneledings under the leadership of Wulf also besieged Edoras. Prince Heleth, King Helm's eldest son, led the defence of Edoras. He was the last to fall, defending the doors of the Golden Hall. This left only Helm's unnamed daughter. In the movie she is called Hera, but her fate is unknown. Súthburg held a large war horn, and whenever it was blown, Helm would break through the Duneledings' ranks, slaying many of their men. The fortress of Súthburg was renamed in honour of Helm and his horn, becoming the Hornburg. Helm was described as clad in white and stalking his prey, resembling a snow troll. Helm's enemies came to fear him greatly during this time, and it's believed that he became so fierce and terrible that he slew many of the men with his bare hands. It was also believed that when he grew hungry and had no food, he ate men. Grief and hunger had made Helm more ferocious and less man. After one such offensive, Helm went to fight and did not return. His body was discovered the next morning, frozen in the snow, still standing, dead, his eyes open, and ready to fight. This led to a belief among the Rohirrim and the Duneledings that even in death, the ghost of Helm Hammerhand still wandered through Rohan and defended the Hornburg. Helm died in 2759 of the Third Age, at the age of 68. His nephew, Freylef Hildason, who defeated the Duneledings, succeeded Helm, becoming the 10th king and the first of the second line of the kings of Rohan. This is the story of the ferocious king of Rohan, Helm Hammerhand. In the upcoming movie, he's being voiced by Brian Cox, an amazing actor with a voice that I feel will fit this character perfectly. It'll be interesting to see how well the movie depicts this war. In the description of this video, you'll find links to both my partner Rothmer's channel. If you enjoy live streams of horror games, Diablo and Warhammer, then I encourage you to check it out. And there is also a link to his Discord channel. If you want to show both of us some love there, that would also be great. Anyway, that'll be it from me. Hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you guys are. Bye for now.